I wanted to be a writer because I loved reading so much, and when I read books, these ideas came to my head about my own characters. Jeremy Thatcher's Dragon Hatcher was one of the first books I remember reading, and I was about 10 years old, and I was just like, oh my God, I love dragons. So there were a lot of things. There were cartoons, there were books, there was all kinds of this escapism type media in my life, and I really gravitated toward that. So it felt really natural that I started to come up with these characters and these worlds in my head. This is Dragon Wars. It's my first book ever. Published in 1994 by the Hornets Press, which was where I went to elementary school. So this is the first book that I self-published on Amazon. I think that intellectual property is the most underrated topic, and it's just something that we don't talk about. And the ownership of IP is why people have so much money. It's why they're successful. It's why they're prosperous. I know that it's important that my characters are mine, the civilizations, the languages. Like, I have made up languages in my story too, in the music. So it's like that is the foundation that I wanted for myself and for my family, for my future family, because for us to, as a family, have an intellectual property, 2 generations out of the Depression. My grandfather grew up in the Great Depression, and he had no shoes, and they were really poor. So for me, IP was like the best gift I could give back to like the family. For my first book, I decided I was going to distribute through Amazon because I didn't really have any capital. And so it was, hey, write this book, get it formatted, edited, get a cover made, and you can upload it on our platform and we'll do all the work for you. So it sounds beautiful, right? And when I got in there, it was not that easy. How they sell to people is already set up. You have a threshold for how much you can charge for your digital books. You have a certain commission structure that is already predetermined. There's no negotiation. And then with the print books, the challenge that's there is that they don't hold a consistent price. If my book is $24.95 and Amazon thinks that it'll sell better if it's $17.95, they'll just change the price. I don't get a warning. They don't tell me. They just change the price of my book to favor the algorithm of transaction for Amazon. The American Publishers Association and the Book Selling Association got together, and they wrote a letter to, I want to say, the House, about the power that Amazon has over the publishing and book selling industry, and that the way that their practices basically don't allow for competitors in the book selling space or in the publishing space. They've been selling books at a loss for like forever. They've never made money on books, but what they do is they funnel those people into other products. They get to lose margin, massive margin on the books, and move them, while independent booksellers can't move them because they can't get the customers because it's cheaper on Amazon. So while they're making money on their other products and losing money on books, everyone else is losing money on books and don't have other products to sell. When I read that, it made me feel like I was like dancing with the devil a little bit. Like, could I not sell on Amazon and only support like independent bookstores and only support ethical companies? Or do I need to like play the game and be on this platform that doesn't support independent creators just so I can like eat? So it's a very uncomfortable place to be. And when I think about like integrity, my integrity wants me to be like, forget Amazon, like I don't need them. But the reality of the fact is that I do. When it comes to my vision, the important part is that I don't want other people to feel like this. So if I can figure out a way to make it so that, someone that looks like me and is like me can publish a series independently and make it successful, then someone can believe they can do it too. And then there will be more people that are willing to strike out and you know, go after the literature world and, you know, try to change it and inject more, you know, diverse perspectives into science fiction and dystopian fiction and fantasy fiction and things like that. The best thing that you can do for an independent creator is to follow them, comment on their pictures, their work, you know, engage with them online, subscribe to their newsletter, and buy their stuff. They work really hard. They put their heart and soul into it.